There's something about Arkham Asylum that always hits harder as I got older. And it's not the Joker gas, or the Scarecrow nightmares, or even the atmosphere doing God's best impression of depression made playable. It's the people, not the villains, not Batman, the regular human beings who are trapped inside this circus and still choose to step up. And no one represents that better than Officer Aaron Cash, the guy with one arm, a shotgun, and absolutely zero regard for personal safety when Gotham decides to absolutely collapse for the 50th time. So when we meet Cash early in Arkham Asylum, he's just another guard doing intake duty as Joker strolls in with the confidence of a man who definitely already planned the whole night out. Cash immediately clocks something's wrong. Joker teases, laughs at the prosthetic arm. The arm he lost to Killer Croc of all people. And already you've got this sense that Cash isn't just a random NPC. He's got history. He's not here by accident. This dude has already paid the price for working at Arkham, and he still shows up to clock in. That alone puts him leagues above half of Gotham's police force. Once Joker takes over the asylum, the place becomes a horror movie set with worse lighting. Most guards scatter, some barricade, some straight up die. But Cash? He holds a defensive position in Arkham Mansion, coordinating survivors with literally a shotgun, one good arm, and the confidence of a guy who refuses to die. This isn't Batman territory anymore. This is civilians trying to survive the super criminal terrorism, and Cash becomes this unexpected linchpin, keeping people alive. What I love about this is how casual the game treats it. No swelling music, no big cutscene. Batman just walks in and Cash is like, "Yeah, I've locked down the room. We're doing triage. Honestly, could use your help." Absolute Giga Chad energy. Here's the part that people forget. Cash is arguably more heroic than half of the people Batman meets that night. He organises the evacuations, keeps guards calm, maintains defensive lines, and continues coordinating even as supplies vanish. All while injured, exhausted, and completely human. This guy isn't flipping across gargoyles or throwing batarangs. He's trying to keep 30 terrified people alive with a shotgun and a locked door. That matters. Because in a game drenched in gothic superhero theatrics, Cash grounds everything. He reminds you that normal people still exist here, and that heroism isn't just mass dudes punching mental patients. Sometimes it's the officer who stays behind so nobody else has to. Later on, Joker goes out of his way to taunt Cash, mocking both his injury and his failed pass with Croc. And there's subtle brilliance to it. Joker doesn't pick on Batman here, he picks on Cash. Why? It's because Cash represents something Joker hates, stubbornness without theatrics. Batman's part of Joker's game, Cash isn't. He isn't trying to prove anything or save the city symbolically. He's just literally here to help people live. To Joker, that's quiet heroism, which is boring, immediately making it worth corrupting, mocking, and targeting. Cash doesn't tantrum back either, no bravado, he just keeps working. And the fact that Killer Croc is the one who took Cash's arm adds ridiculous emotional weight to his role. Any normal person would quit Arkham after that, move to Bloodhaven, work at the groceries. Anything but come back to the living nightmare circus where a sewer lizard ate your arm. But Cash came back anyway. He literally returns to the place where his life was permanently damaged, not for revenge, not for closure, but to keep people safe from suffering the same fate. That's insane levels of personal integrity. One of the reasons Arkham Asylum still holds up is because the writers understood restraint. Cash isn't overused, he doesn't magically join Batman on missions or anything. He just exists consistently. A reminder that real people endure even when legends dominate the stage. In a rhetorical sense, Cash becomes the asylum's moral backbone, standing guard over the innocents while Batman dances with mythology. Batman's driven by trauma turned into obsession. Cash, however, is driven by trauma turned into service. Batman isolates himself to protect Gotham. Cash throws himself back into the fire to protect the individual people. Their heroism flows in opposite directions, but arrives at the same outcome. People survive the night. Cash doesn't exist to hype Batman, he exists to show what Gotham looks like without masks. No monsters, just a wounded, determined guy refusing to leave his post. And he's the unsung hero of Arkham Asylum. Not because he fights the villains, but he refuses to become one of the victims Joker wants everyone to be. And when the game ends, Batman gets the rain-soaked rooftop ending and the dramatic prisoner transport. Cash probably goes back to paperwork and hospital ward patrols. No statues, no fanfare. But arguably, Arkham wouldn't have survived the night without him. So next time you play Arkham Asylum and pass by that barricaded room, take a second. That's not a background NPC. That's a real hero quietly holding the asylum together, with one arm, a shotgun, and more courage than Gotham deserves. That's about it for today, guys. I'll see you in the next one.